I'm no car nerd, but I am a gadget nerd. And this is a gadget on wheels. I'm talking about an onboarding process that feels like you're setting up a Vision Pro. A centralized motherboard architecture powered off just a handful of high-performance chips. Stats for days. High megapixel cameras, limited but incredibly well-designed buttons. It's obviously battery-powered. Hell, you can even buy a screen protector for the dash. All of this comes together to create one very interesting piece of outdoor tech, which means that on paper, this should be my dream car.
Woo! Love it.
But in practice, there's one big problem. I'm Becca. I usually take tech outside, but this time, I'm letting the tech take me. Let's talk about the Rivian R2. Alright, so the R2, it's actually a pretty big deal for Rivian. You see, up until now, the company has only made low-volume, high-cost vehicles. I'm talking 80 grand plus. And really, they've been proof of concept cars. The R2, though, is their pivot to the mass market, designed to prove that Rivian isn't just a niche startup making toys for wealthy techies, but a viable, profitable company that builds cars at a massive scale. And if this car succeeds, if it catches on, Rivian wins. But if it fails, the company's in trouble. So as a car, how does it feel?
You ready to go?
Yo, let's ride. Well, you can think of it as Rivian's greatest hits, shrunk down into a tighter, more affordable package. It's got over 9 inches of ground clearance, off-road modes.
It definitely has like a truck feel to it, even though it's kind of on the smaller side, which is nice. I feel in charge.
A rear window that rolls entirely down so you can like put a surfboard or your camera out the back. It's got the signature Rivian headlights, some fun Easter eggs like a climber and a smiley face worked into the dots of the window, a maze inside the charge port door, a frog-skunk hybrid animal, really a frunk in the frunk where you put the windshield washer fluid. And externally, it sort of reads like a rounded out 1990s Jeep Grand Cherokee, which is a total dream car of mine. But unlike the Jeep, the R2, it's not a shoebox. It's roughly the same footprint as a Tesla Model Y or a Honda CR-V, but instead of looking generic, it's got this boxy, rugged, let's go camping. I mean, you can literally go camping on top of it, silhouette.
Oh, do not mind if I do. We got air vents. We got freaking lights. Plug. Goodbye, cool world. Sunroof? Alright, I don't need a Rivian. I just need to get into car camping.
But as much as I love the hardware,
please bury me in this. Are you kidding me?
There are a few things that bug me.
I think the thing that would take getting used to is actually learning how to use the tools.
Left onto State Route 220
like right now, the back windshield wiper is on, and I have no idea how the fuck that got on. And I have no idea how to turn that off.
Okay, me just learning how to use this car aside, unlike the R1s, in the R2, the glass ceiling does not go opaque. So when the sun is overhead, you can really feel it inside the car. Next, I'm kind of irked by the fact that the only spare tire option is a nearly $800 donut that you have to add on. It doesn't come with the car. And while it's true that most folks who own this car will be on highways, the fact that Rivian flew all of us out to test this car in an off-roading environment and they're selling this camping kit, truly marketing it towards the outdoor enthusiasts, there should be a better spare tire option here, and at the very least, it should come with the donut. And then my last issue is very nitpicky, but it's where the button to open the trunk is. I just feel like they could have centered it. See, like this would be the center, but instead they aligned it with the V. As a lesbian, respect. And wait, there actually is one more thing. It's the horn.
Does your horn sound like that too?
Yeah, it's like if AI said make a horn sound. That's what it is.
Yikes.
All right, that's the R2 as a car, but how about as a gadget? That's where the problem lies. More on that after the break. Okay, this is the project for the video you are currently watching, and this up here is my most favorite tool. This is the Premiere Pro plugin for Epidemic Sound. Via this plugin, you have access to the entirety of Epidemic Sound, but it's built right into where you're already editing. So you don't have to leave Premiere or DaVinci to find sounds. Plus, everything in Epidemic's catalog is both human-made and already pre-licensed. My favorite feature of the plugin, though, is how many different ways there are to find great music. You can search through pre-made playlists, type in different moods, even use an AI assistant, or click this button, which analyzes the current frame in your timeline and then suggests music for you, all built right into where you're already working. Then, once you find a song you like, you can simply drag and drop it right into the timeline. So when you're ready to up your sound tracking and your editing game, try out Epidemic Sound. There's a link down in my bio, and code Becca25 will get you 25% off a yearly plan. Thank you, Epidemic, for sponsoring this video. Now, back to the R2.
Cars are cool, but have you ever just seen a view? Oh, man. Dude.
look at those. What I love about a great piece of tech, a great gadget, whether it's a camera, a pair of headphones, or a smartwatch, is that it's an add-on to life. It's a bonus. It's a beautifully engineered piece of like joy that is fun and easy to use. But ultimately, it's non-essential. In a lot of ways, the R2 is the ultimate realization of that. When you're off-roading and looking at real-time pitch and roll stats on the display, that's fun. It's useful, and the entire UI feels like a fluid, futuristic tablet. Even the buttons, though limited, are incredible. It feels far less like a traditional car button, and more like the Force Touch on a MacBook Pro's trackpad. Deeply satisfying, incredibly clever, fun, and useful. And then there's MagSafe wireless charging, that's sick, and obviously all of this is electric, like any other great gadget. Sadly, for me, I don't have access to the infrastructure for my car to be electric or be a gadget. It's stuck being a utility.
So I'm at the Rivian store in New York City, and I'm like, where do we even charge these cars? There's absolutely no chargers on this block, so they're probably putting it in a private garage, right, at night, and charging it there. But like, your girl, a private garage? My God.
This is my 2012 Acura MDX.
I really love her.
She has 213,000 miles on her. Visible rust, a completely non-existent infotainment system.
This is what we're working with. And the Bluetooth, it depends on which way the wind is blowing, truly, if it's gonna work or not.
As a gadget, what a failure. But the thing about it is that I never have to think about it. My car has one job in my life, and it's to get me and my gear weekly from New York City to the woods 3 hours north. Those are the two places I split my time. And once I arrive at either destination, the MDX might as well disappear. And before you say, Becca, you don't know what you're missing, your car can be so much more. Yeah, I agree, but there's one other problem. I don't own the places I live in. I rent. So I don't have access to at-home charging anywhere that I dwell. So suddenly an object that's meant to liberate me and take me off the grid requires a level of logistics that takes away from the fun, useful parts of it all. Now, after driving the R2, I was like, okay, there must be a way to make this work. I want this gadget in my life. But like, how bad do I want it? Bad enough that when I'm in the city, I'm battling alternate side parking and finding a charger, or paying an insane amount for garage parking that has chargers? Bad enough that when I'm up here in the woods, I'm either installing charging into a home that I don't know how long I'm gonna live in, or driving 50 minutes one way to get to the nearest town that has fast charging? Thinking about doing any of that is like brutal. So while the R2 is a triumph of a gadget, one that I actually want, for the way that I live, it just won't work, despite charging infrastructure improving.
Oh man, streams are so beautiful. That sound?
Mm-hmm. But all of that is a me problem, and it doesn't take away from the fact that this is a total dream car for me still. Because there's one other piece to the R2 puzzle. When you take the R2 out here, where I love to be, and Rivian is trying hard to market it, it really does pair well.
I think the other thing you notice is they're just so quiet. So instead of sounding like mean and intrusive in nature, it actually is, I mean, you can't hear them all. You still hear the birds.
And it's cleaner. You're not dropping oil or emissions back into the very earth you came out here to enjoy. And don't let the fancy interior or sleek screens fool ya. It's an EV, and it rips, which instills a massive amount of confidence when you're off-roading. I was not afraid to put this car to the test, and it handled everything we threw at it. Streams, slopes, bumps. And this is the future I want. A future where our most capable outdoor gadgets are not actively destroying the places we take them. Outside of, tires doing what tires do to the ground. And the Rivian R2 is proof that EVs can be all-terrain. They can have a playful soul, they can be fun, and they aren't just reserved for the ultra-wealthy. Although $50K is no small amount of cash. For me though, I think I'll be sticking with my Acura MDX because I do adore her, and I mean, I'm gonna run it into the ground, why wouldn't I? But if you were me, would you go through all of the leaps and hurdles to own an EV? Let me know, because I'm pretty close to trying it out. I just need one person to be like, Becca, man up. Thank you, Brian Tong, for being my partner on the Rivian Drive and for shooting a bunch of this B-roll. I appreciate you so much, and I appreciate all of you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.
Got it.